Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of Hunting Hundreds. This is episode 6. We have the usual disclaimer so that we don't ruffle any feathers. I am currently level 57 with 570 hours played. And this has been together and ready to post to YouTube for quite a while now, but I've been fighting a really horrible summer cold and didn't really have the voice left to do the voiceover part of this. None of y'all probably care to hear the voiceover part anyway, but just in case, I don't want to sound more gravelly and rattly than I normally do. Probably needed to take a little bit of a break from War Thunder anyway. I have a tendency to become a little obsessed with things, and I had taken a small little break in between matches to play a little bit of World of Warships, which I've played on and off for, oh my goodness, better part of 8 years now, with a couple of really big breaks brought on by hospital stays, extended convalescence. Never could get into the naval portion of War Thunder. I didn't really figure I needed to spread myself that thin, considering I have 270 ships in World of Warships. And I've been pleased to recently realize that a lot of you that do play War Thunder also play World of Warships. Good choice. Gaijin gets enough of our money as it is without not sure where I was going with that, but as I've mentioned many times, I really enjoy making these videos, mostly for my own therapy and my own, just to hear myself talk. Give me something to do. I continue enjoying this Bearcat. Now that it's fully modded out, it's a little beast. I don't play it all that well, but some people just never learn. Been playing a little bit more ground here of late, not just to shoot down airplanes with my SPAA. And it really also surprised me again, and maybe it shouldn't, how quickly I was able to get enough of these little clips and enough of these hundreds to make another video. Instead, I just wish I'd felt better. I'd have had this out, probably working on number 7 by now. But yeah, people are just dying to get in these videos. But I enjoy the aircraft, and I finally decided I'm not going to feel guilty about playing arcade. I found a lot of really good players that play arcade. I'm currently watching a guy called Worcestershire. His group, they stream pretty regularly, and he's an amazing arcade aircraft flyer. Really nice guy. Seemed like a really nice group of people. I'm currently in a really non-active squadron. I think I'm the second highest level of activity in the whole squadron, and I don't play that much. So that tells you. But in order to get into a more active squadron, you have to do Discord and voice chat, a lot of that crap. But it might be nice for me to be more social and not be the lone wolf I've always been. I do find that I enjoy people more now than I ever have at any point in my life, which comes as a complete shock to me. I actually enjoy interacting with people, except for the really stupid ones. But even them, I try to cut them some slack. This game has provided me with a lot of joy and, frankly, a lot of frustration. I really love the historical vehicles, especially. I'm kind of a mild military vehicle historian. That's what I've been studying most of my adult life, with my specialty being World War II up to about Korea. Planes, ships, tanks, and everything in between. I know quite a bit about small arms and things too. It's just always fascinated me. I think my other favorite period in military history, at least, well, I've got two, would be the Roman Empire and the Republic, and probably the period of the 100 Years' War. I have read and studied the most on those three areas of history. Though I know quite a bit about the Civil War and the Revolutionary War and the English Civil War, I'm not a fan of warfare and killing, but it's always been a fascinating study to learn why people wanted to kill each other. This world would be a much better place or just maybe one day we could set aside race and gender and age, religion and politics and national identity and personal history, and not kill, maim, or intentionally screw over anyone else, just for one day. I know we could call that maybe like World Peace Day or something. Of course, it never happened. Never. It would take too much coordination and cooperation and effort. But think of it, if we could just go one day and not do any of those things, maybe we could stretch that one day into 2 days, 2 days into 3. Think how much lives would be saved, how much money would be saved, and all that military hardware expenditure. Maybe we could just learn to cooperate a little bit as a species, but I'm too cynical or realistic to think that could ever possibly happen. Most likely violence and conflict is just ingrained in us at a genetic level. And who knows, that's probably how we advanced as far as we did. I mean, I've seen several different people's theories that without conflict and warfare, we'd probably still be swinging from the trees. Almost anything you can think of technologically that we have came about from warfare and conflict. Everything. All the way from mastering fire all the way up to, splitting the atom. And everything in between. All conflict. So it's probably very unrealistic for me to expect that we could ever step away from that. I've said many times, though, it would probably take aliens landing to pull us humans all on the same side. Maybe they're already here. But it'd still be nice to have them just one day. We could concentrate on so many other problems that we have. have in this world. But I don't think we're as evolved as we think we are. Now I really am sounding cynical. But back to War Thunder. Now these 3 clips here in a row, this cut my strings guy, he's not a level 100. He's a level 96, but I took him out 3 times in a row, and I have to admire his determination, because guy in the previous clip, 1 death, and he rage quit. Or perhaps it's not the previous clip. I'd put these in here out of order. This next guy after this one, level 100, and I took him out. He just didn't come back in. I love that P-51 when those 420s hit. It's a glorious thing. I have noticed lately, and maybe some of y'all have noticed it too, that the American 50 calibers seem to just be slapping really hard. And the P-47 here with 8 of them seems to be hitting even harder. Not hard enough to keep that guy from ramming me. Maybe it was my fault for not getting out of the way of his wreckage. Probably the latter. My skills are rather feeble after all. But I will continue making these videos for a while, as long as I'm able, or as long as I find it interesting. Probably right up until the time that I reach 100, and then, it'll be kind of pointless at that point. Hunting 100's. I'd have to change the name and all that. I love that I-185 there. Still one of my favorite top 3 planes. Definitely my most played. And I have more kills with it than anything. Followed closely by the Lost 7 and the Yak 3. Which, by the way, I was brokenhearted when the Yak 3 got bumped up to battle rating 4.7. So I, for purposes of my lineup and not making my lineup go all the way up to 4.7, I bought the premium Yak 3E early. Got one less gun, but it's very fun. Now, this 3 people here in a row I kill. The second guy was the 100.
There we go.
But watch this. First guy was inept. The second guy, I jump scared, and then this guy comes down, sitting down the hill. Poor bastard. I laughed over that one. But we are coming to the end of this. And total hours played by everybody, 36,336. Average hours played, 2,136. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to try to make someone smile today. And Della says hi.